Just finishing up this build on this Keystone Fusion here. Take a look inside. Original battery location was on the passenger side of the rig here. You can see it was pretty small. It only held 200 amp hour batteries. So they wanted a little more. They're doing full-time living out of this unit. So they asked for the full works on this package. We relocated everything into the front compartment under here. Put bus bars up on the top there. You can see them here for all your positive and negative battery connections. Keeps the battery wiring nice and clean. Right here we got 4 of the 200 amp hour Diablo Power Group lithium batteries. Very nice units. Bluetooth, 200 amp BMS for heavy discharging. So you should have more than enough power for that. We did 2,400 watts of solar on the roof, coming down in 2 separate strings onto the 85 amp Victron solar controllers. And that's paired with the Victron Multi-Plus 2 3,000 watt inverter. And all of that runs in to the Serbo GX, which communicates to the Touch 50 panel inside the trailer to control everything and monitor everything from inside. Got a large cutoff up there for the inverter, and all 4-aught battery cable. Make sure our temperatures and all the wiring stays nice and cool, and your big 400 amp fuse to protect everything up there in the top left. So let's run up top, check out the solar install, see how that went. We got a original factory installed 200 watt panel that we weren't sure if we were gonna have enough room to be able to keep that or not. But that ended up being able to stay, and that goes down to a little 15 amp Victron charge controller that's monitored by Bluetooth as well as everything else. So they got a little added bonus there. So they get a little extra 200 watt there. And then we have our 200 watt panels. So we got 12 of them, 6 on each string. These are wired in a series parallel configuration. 3 panels in series, 3 panels in series. And then those 2 different banks are set up in parallel. So that's 1 string down to 1 controller, and then the other side is set up the exact same way. So you have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, and that's on 1 controller. And then you have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 for 1,200 watts on each controller. Everything came out really clean up here. Very little wire showing. I think this spot here is the only one. You got about a foot of wire that shows there, and then just the interconnecting stuff over here. Outside of that, everything came out nice and straight, everything hidden underneath the panels, so you have no stray wiring being shown, and the roof penetrations for where we went down to those are all covered as well. So all in all, pretty good build. Came out nice, it's performing great. Go ahead inside and check out the Touch 50 and see how everything's being monitored in there. So we always try to do our installs as minimally invasive as possible. So we were able to fish through this wall here, make sure we hide all the wires for the Touch 50 Victron system. And that's what we got here, everything linked. So everything coming in, your energy usage, AC loads, solar, battery information, basically anything you could have on that system is all displayed here. And it's readily available and easy to adjust. Shows you what you're using. Right now we're towards the end of the day, so solar production is dying down as the sun gets lower, and getting pretty close to full on battery. We like to do pretty heavy testing before the client picks up the rig, just to make sure they're not going to have any issues down the road. And with these newer trailers, they're actually coming with the high efficiency air conditioners on the roof. They're still 120 volt air conditioners. They're not the 12 volt style that some are coming out with now. However, they ran really low on amperage, and we were actually able to start and run 2 air conditioners off of that Victron Multi-Plus 3000. And we ran those for a few hours just to fully test everything and the soft starts that we installed up on the units on the roof. So everything ran great. Everything's running cool, nice and cool to the touch on the wiring. Everything else was good. So they're getting ready to head over and pick up the rig now that it's all done.